Welcome to Mrs. Roser's video tutorial on how to draw your name in 2-point perspective. The first thing that you have to do, of course, is create a horizon line. So I'm going to create a horizon line in the center of my paper. And at each end, I will have a vanishing point because we are working in 2-point perspective. So there's my 2 vanishing points. Now, the easiest way to do this is to actually create a box in 2-point perspective first, before you draw any of your letters. So I'm going to make my box by putting the corner in the middle of my paper. And then I'm going to connect to both vanishing points. Okay, now within my box that I've sort of created here, this is where I'm going to draw my name. So I have to decide, do I want my whole name to be on one side, or do I want my name to start on the left and then turn a corner and continue on the right? I think I'm going to make mine say Mrs. R. So I'm going to do mine so that it turns the corner. So I'm going to have Mrs. over here and R over here. So to do this, I simply have to write out my name first. So within this shape that I've already created for myself, I'm going to write Mrs. And at first, I'm just going to make it like normal letters, but they have to get bigger as they go along. Okay, it's gonna look something like this. So now I can go into each letter and I can make them into big block letters to fill the space better. Remember, you have to be utilizing all of this space. And you want to leave gaps between your letters too, so that you have space to show the 3-dimensionality of these letters. You can see how when they get closer to me, they get bigger. That's because that's what happens in perspective. Things that are closer to you are bigger, things that are further away are smaller. So there's my Mrs. I'll even add a little period. and then my R will be over here. I guess I'll use the corner of the box. Okay, now for the tricky part. The challenging part with this is that I have to remember some of my letters are on the left side of my box and some of the letters are on the right side. So they're gonna end up crisscrossing, so I just have to be aware of that. So I'll start back here at my M. Each letter now sort of becomes its own box. So the M is still the left side of a box, but I've created a new corner here. So if this is a new corner of a box, I have to connect the top and the bottom to the right vanishing point. And it's just gonna get cut off by my next letter. Now, that's not the only part of my M that has another side. All of these parts will also. So now I can erase any lines that I don't need anymore, so you can see my letter better. Okay, you can see how that M now looks very three-dimensional. So now I'm gonna do the same thing with my R. Everywhere I've created a point, I need to connect to the opposite vanishing point. Now the R is tricky because I haven't created a straight edge on top, but if I had, we know that this needs to connect to that vanishing point still. So from the very top of my R, I am going to make a line to the vanishing point. And then in this corner, I would do the same thing, but I don't need to because it's on the horizon line, so that is my line. So now I can kind of create parallel lines here if I want to show the other side of my R. Something like this. So now my R is complete. I can get rid of any extra lines. And I'm going to continue this until my drawing is complete.